right. It's a windy day here in Maine. Let's put the fishing rod over here. I am here in Harrison, Maine. My favorite place on the planet. And I have a sound recorder and I have a camera. I haven't rowed in about a year, but I'm gonna try it out. And I'm gonna take you on this journey with me. Whew. Yeah, it just comes right back, doesn't it? It just comes right back to you. Oh, this is fantastic. Whew. I really hope the camera is catching some of this beauty that is behind me. You see, guys, this is what I needed. It's been a shitty week. It's been stressful. I just drove my grandmother up here so that she can have some fun this summer. And while I'm here for one day, I gotta go out into the lake and get some fishing done. I hit up my bud Rich, who lives with me, who has been on the podcast before, or you know what, maybe you haven't seen him yet, but he will be. He is a huge fisherman, and he lent me some gear. So I got this sweet ass jig. Sounds racist, I know. And I'm gonna try to get a couple fish. Oh, I can see my friends up there. Oh, okay, see? I left at the wrong time. Everybody just got back. I put in an order for beer with my friend Brad, and it looks like he may be back. But that's okay. The beer can wait, unless they drink it. So, little backstory, quick one. So I'm gonna turn the boat around real quick, just so you can take a look. Oh, there's some wind. I have a lav mic in my shirt. It's kind of working. So that's my beach, where my cottage is. And that's where I come every year. And it's my favorite place on earth. And I got friends here and all the cool stuff. If you happen to listen to the last episode of the podcast with my Uncle Joe, he talks about how he escaped up here with his girlfriend from the law. And that was an exciting episode. I want to get out into the middle of the lake. Despite how goddamn windy it is. I wish I had a rear camera so that you could see how much distance we've traveled, but it's been a while. I know that this is probably a terrible idea, but I don't know. I looked out into the middle of the lake and I set a goal. Gods be damned. Yes, gods. 7 blessings. I will fucking accomplish this goal. Why? Because that's what fucking makes me feel good. And it's really hard to feel good, man. It's fucking hard to feel good. God, I hope this wind isn't too much for this microphone on my shirt. So, I haven't had sugar in 14 days, haven't had alcohol in 14 days. I've just been going to the gym, exercising, and that has felt really good. It's kind of like, you know, when you wake up every day and you want to get something done, but then sure enough, the time just ticks by like that. One way I've found to get around that is to work out immediately. Like right when you get up, you just get up, even before breakfast, you throw on your fucking running shoes. Now, of course, not everybody has time for this in their schedule, but if you do, most people do, even though they don't realize it, but you can make time for it. Get to the gym, work out immediately, and then you already feel like you've gotten something done, you know? It's like, even if nothing else good happens that day, you at least got in a solid workout, you know? I don't know. Maybe it works for some people, not for everybody. But I figured, since I'm up here in Maine, I'm gonna break my diet right now, before I fish. Got my lures. I got a beer, which I haven't had in 14 days. I got a rocking ass boat. But most importantly, folks, I got Nutter Butters. And this is what's going down. Well, I opened it horribly wrong. So thank you, Ronnie, for this beautiful knife. Oh boy, it's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while since I had carbohydrates. It's been a while. And on that note, I didn't bring a bottle opener. Save this, don't throw it away, don't litter. If that isn't the best cheap meal a man's ever had, Nutter Butters, Lagunitas. I'm totally gonna chop this up because this is, oh, sandbar. See what happens when you don't remain vigilant? One more. All right. Oh shit, coming up on a sandbar. All right, let's get into deep water. Let's talk it out. Let's do this shit. Let's get into some problems. Let's solve them. This podcast would have been so much easier if I had just picked some water. So anyway, Anthony Bourdain, obviously, first topic. Fuck, man. Now, when Anthony Bourdain passed away yesterday, which will give away the fact that this is not actually a Sunday, it's Saturday, man, all I could think was, fuck, I never finished Kitchen Confidential. I am a terrible reader, and by terrible, I mean, I'm good at reading, obviously, but we live in the age where everything's on screen, and I am a victim of that. I love to watch things. I love movies. I love film. My dream is to one day make a film, and I kind of topped out at 50 pages for his book. Not because it wasn't interesting, it was fucking amazing. Because I got distracted by some shiny object, and I stopped. And that is the story of me reading every book. But now, I really want to go back and read it. And I don't know, I kind of felt a little pissed off when I was at the gym and my friend Andy texted me, Bourdain's dead. And I went, nah. Like, in my head, I was like, bullshit. You know, because if you have been keeping up with him at all, by all accounts, that motherfucker has been killing it since the age of 45. He was 61 when he died. He's been doing nothing but just killing the game at everything. You know, he just started jujitsu at like age 50, or no, I'm sorry, 58. 58 he started jujitsu. I see pictures of him winning medals at competitions. I hear that every city he goes to, he trains. You know, whether he's shooting a show or he's traveling, he finds a jiu-jitsu studio and he fucking does the thing. He's like a blue belt. He looks better than he's ever looked, and then he kills himself. And that's when I realized, you know, you never know what anybody's actually feeling. Fuck, man. And I also realized in that moment, gratefully, that I've never experienced depression, for real. Never in my life. I have, you know, my friends have, I think. And, you know, I've been bummed out for like long periods of time before, but there's always been like a root cause, you know? It's never just been a feeling that I live with in my soul. Like, I've never just been like, I can't get out of bed. I don't know why. I mean, that's just what I've heard it's like. For me, it's always something that I did to make it like that, you know? Anytime I feel shitty, and this is actually probably ties into the whole diet cheat meal thing. Whenever I feel shitty, I run down a checklist in my head. I ask myself, what have you been eating? You know, junk food, good food. Alcohol, yes or no? Good sleep, yes or no? Exercise, yes or no? And I guess water would kind of figure into the whole, what have you been eating? And if any of the answers to those questions are, junk food, yes. Alcohol, yes. Bad sleep, yes. Exercise, no. Then I know exactly why I'm feeling shitty. And all I have to do is correct those 4 things. Boom, I'm back on track. And then I feel great again. But I guess for some people, it just doesn't work that way. It's not magic, Like for me, that it feels like magic. There's no better feeling than, you're bummed out and then you go, yeah, it was me again. And then you fix them. And then bang, you're back on track. Even this is helping. This is helping me feel better. Overall, you just gotta stay mobile. You gotta keep contributing to the thing. But it sucks because sometimes I just wanna fucking play video games for 3 weeks straight. In my limited experience with depression, from people I know, if you can find it within yourself to run down that checklist, what have I been eating? How have I been sleeping? Have I been exercising? And if the answers to those questions are negative, that's a start. But from what I've heard, if you suffer from clinical depression, it's not as easy as just correcting your diet or going to the gym or, hey, tough it out. You're feeling sad, exercise. But if you can find it within yourself to do that, I think it will help. In fact, I know it will because it always makes me feel good. So, this is a lost cause. Fuck it. I'm gonna go for it. Fuck it. I almost just quit there. You see what just happened? I just said this is a lost cause and I started to turn the boat around. No, fuck that. I'm gonna go out to where I wanted to go out to. That just means the podcast is gonna have to be longer. Woo! Woo! Dun, 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 dun. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Anybody remember Bad Boys? So I was on Wikipedia the other day and I was searching out the only thing that I care about right now, which is when is the Bad Boys sequel? When is the 3rd Bad Boys coming out? And apparently, it actually is. Now, I don't know if you're anything like me, you've been wondering about this since 2002, because that is when one of the greatest action movies ever been made came out, Bad Boys 2. And I mean that a little ironically, but I mean it a lot sincerely. I fucking love Bad Boys, and I love Bad Boys 2. I just watched them the other day. I feel like it's a once-a-year tradition for me. I gotta watch Bad Boys and Bad Boys 2. The first one's got that dope theme. Second one's got Nelly. Anyway. You could even do it slow. Take that ass to the floor. So I guess in the third one, from what I read, the team has been shattered. All the things that we were afraid of in the second one have come true. Marcus Burnett and Mike Lowry are no longer a team. They're older, my friends. Nothing lasts forever. Hello? Sorry, I thought I unplugged my mic. Anyway, Marcus Burnett, from what I hear, is a private eye. He's working on his own shit. And Mike Lowry has got a new partner, a young one, a young whippersnapper who takes chances, goes after the bad guys and shoots first, asks questions later. Now, if you remember correctly, folks, that used to be his character. Imagine that. What writing? What writing? Now Mike Lowry is in the Marcus Burnett position. That's right, I'm on a lake talking about Bad Boys 3. So, what I can only imagine from what I read from the synopsis is that Mike Lowry goes to his ex-partner, Marcus Burnett, and maybe he asks, what do I do? What was I like? How did you cope with my shenanigans? By the way, we're done rowing. I made it to that spot. Goals. So So we got a little jig here. I don't know if that, it's a deep water jig. We got some tubers there. And let's see what happens. Oh, fuck it. Sorry, I made this rod before I left. I left my real rod at home because I'm a fucking moron. So I found some old parts in the shed, put together a rod from 2 other pieces, and I found my grandfather, who is, you know, rest in peace, Fred, my favorite human being. And I, look at this, all the line is fucked up, but don't worry, it always works. Yep, there it goes. See that? Beautiful cast. Let that sink so we can get back to bad boys talk. So, you know, we haven't seen Martin Lawrence in a while. And I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. I think it's like 2021 or 2022 that this movie's coming out. Maybe it's 2020, I don't know. It sounded ridiculous to me when I read it. But yeah, we're gonna, oh man, I hope they recreate every fucking cliche part that was in those movies before. Remember in the first one, they had that crazy foot chase, and then the camera spins around them, and they get up all sweaty like this. And then in the second one, Michael Bay, genius, recreates that shot, and when they get up, except the second time, Martin Lawrence goes, shit just got real. And oh man, was he right. Then they had to go to Cuba and save his sister from the guy Diego, who is in Blow with Johnny Depp. And he was like, you know, these fucking rats are eating my money. Oh man, great movie. So I'm really looking forward to that. I hope you guys are too. And this isn't a movie podcast, but I guess it just, I never for a minute thought I'd be out on a lake having a cheat day talking about the possible Bad Boys sequel. You know, but I guess it's kind of who I've been my whole life, you know? I mean, all I give a fuck about is movies. That's pretty much all I give a fuck about. Movies and video games. Even though I don't really play video games, I'm very interested in when the sequels to my favorite games come out, even though I never play them, because I guess I don't have time anymore. That's funny. I don't have time to play video games. Sitting out in a boat talking about Bad Boys 3. Oh. So, my roommate told me that I'm supposed to let this one sink and just sort of jig it. I'm supposed to let it sink, play with it at the bottom. You know what I should have done is grab worms and just been, see that was, you know what, fuck this. I'm just gonna let it sit out there, see what happens. You know, every time I come up here, I think about my grandfather, Fred. And that guy was magic. And I didn't obviously know him growing up because, well, when he was growing up in his 30s, 40s, and 50s, I was not born yet. By the way, cigarettes will help you get in shape too. But if you've listened to like the last 3 episodes of this podcast, you know, it's funny is that it's called Sunday with Buds, and I've had my uncle on for 3 episodes, and that's not because my buds aren't willing to be on it, but I don't know. I've always thought my uncle is interesting. But, you know, he's just kind of getting used to the mic, you know? There's a lot of ums and stalls. And I guess, you know, it takes time to get comfortable like that. So, but I guess like anything else, you know, a podcast takes time, you know, it takes hard work. You sit in a chair and talk, but even right now, like I'm sitting here and I'm chatting and I'm like, every 5 seconds, like a blank comes, you know, to me. And I go, fuck, I'm not qualified to do this. And then I go, what do you mean you're not qualified? There is no such thing as being not qualified to sit and talk into a microphone. Of course you're qualified to do it, but yeah, I guess, you know, you feel like you got something to say. It's kind of like therapy. Like, you're my therapist, people. And if anybody ever starts watching this in a higher volume, I'm gonna need some help, man. I'm gonna need some help. I'm gonna need some help from you people. Oh, you know what? Never gonna catch anything in this shit. Look at this shit. So, what else did I want to talk about? Ooh, gross. Cut that out. Cut, Bourdain. So, basically, I'm going to row back in, collect my beers from my friend Brad, hopefully who will be on the podcast later. That'd be awesome. And I'm going to cook some sausage and chill with my Nana, who, by the way, is hilarious. Hilarious human being. She's in her late 80s. Didn't throw it in the water, trust me. So my mom walks up to my grandmother the other day, and she had left her motorcycle at her daughter's house, my sister, and my mom goes, "Mom, could you drive me to my daughter's house? I left my motorcycle there. I just gotta pick it up. You can just drop me off. It's the next town over. It's like a 10-minute drive." And my Nana's like, I could drop you off there. I could. Do I want to? No. And then she sits her ass down on the couch and opens up a book. And in that moment, I was like, oh, Nana. It's like, I pictured the glasses. Bum, 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 bum. Dude. My Nana does not understand how gangster she was in that moment. Woo! All right, we're gonna go to the alternating. Folks, this is bullshit is what this is. See, this is why people get motors on their boats. This is fucking insanity. All right, we're gonna, here we go. Here we go, that's my beach right behind us. Let's do this. All right, folks, this is how all workout videos should be. We're in some fucked up situation. We gotta get back to shore or home or wherever the fuck they are. Just, you know, you throw in a live bear. That's what I wish would have happened. All right, so I did P90X like 3 times back in the day. And just in case you're wondering, yes, I often quit on yoga day. Fucking who's? Everybody quits on yoga day, Tony Horton. Fuck you. See, that's the video I want to see. I want to see the video where Tony Horton's out on a campground and they just released like 5 brown bears. For those of you who haven't done P90X, keep it up. Don't do P90X. Don't do it. You don't need to. You don't need to. Just just switch up the diet a little bit. Cut out the carbs. Cut out the sugar. Eat some fucking animal fat, some good grass-fed beef, and masturbate profusely. Or row yourself into a position that you can't possibly get out of healthily. I mean, this is really bad what I'm doing. I mean, every time I row, it might look like I'm getting somewhere. I don't think I am. I'm pretty sure I'm just rowing against the current and nothing's happening. I guess I'm getting like a foot closer. For every 5 feet that I think I'm rowing, I'm getting like a foot closer. Guys, this is not sustainable. I smoke cigarettes, this is bullshit. Bad boys, oh, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? I guess on a positive note, it's windy as shit, so my voice isn't traveling because normally everybody on the shore would probably be hearing my crazy ass talk. But chances are no one will even hear this. Why? You know who I feel like right now? Gendry. Remember Gendry? Well, obviously you remember him now because he's back, but there was a big period where we all thought Gendry was just rowing. And from what he said, he had never rowed a boat when he left King's Landing. Fuck, man, what was he doing? He was just out there like, I can't row. My name is Gendry. I'm a bastard, I'm a bastard, I'm a bastard. Now I'm in a rowboat for 3 seasons, for 3 seasons. Ooh, I smell smoke. Someone's grilling. Who's grilling? You grilling? That's a girls' camp over there. Ooh, let me get a hot dog. Fuck. Fuck this. Fuck this. This is hard. 2019. Winter has come. Winter has come. So what's gonna happen, guys? There are a bunch of nerds out there who seem to know. I think, let's see, who's gonna sit on the Iron Throne? Jon Snow? Cersei? Obviously not. Here's a weird one. I think Jaime is gonna. I think Jaime's gonna come through in the clutch, kill his sister, live up to his name as the Kingslayer, and I don't think Daenerys is gonna be the one to jump on that fucking chair. I don't think so. I don't know. To be honest, all I kind of want to see is the moment when Jon Snow and Daenerys realize that they have committed some incest. I mean, not that that's weird for the show or anything. That's pretty common, I guess. But yeah, I just, it was some passionate loving. I jerked off to Jon Snow's ass. See how round that shit was? Who doesn't want an ass like that? Either on their own body or, to play with. Gay pride, whoop whoop. My people. Oh, we're almost there, people. I guess I shouldn't be complaining. I think Gendry had it worse, to be honest. I'm gonna listen to this audio when I get back, and it's like, all I'm gonna hear is fucking boars. Yeah, I'm gonna crash. Well, that's not good. There's a dock right there that I did not kind of anticipate. Here we go, here we go. We're gonna do it the opposite way. We're gonna go forward for the last leg of the journey. You gotta adapt. You gotta adapt to that shit. You gotta go, hey, panicking will not get me out of this situation any faster than I got in it. What you're gonna say to yourself is, all right, this is the current state of affairs. This is my existence now. Whatever it is, you got pulled over by the cops, you got a DUI, they got you cuffed in the back of the car, your girlfriend has dumped you, even though you live together, and you just put first and last month's rent down. Instead of panicking, you go, hey, this is my existence now. This is the current state of affairs. How do I get out of this as efficiently as possible? Well, take a lay of the land, explore your options, and you plot a course. And when you get to the end of it, guess what, guys? Life's still gonna suck. But imagine how it would be if you just sat there and cried. It would still be horrendously bad. At the very least, you've sort of corrected the course. God fucking damn, man. That's the last time I go out on this lake when it's choppy. I hope we learned some good lessons. Hold on. Ah! That felt good though. I didn't catch shit. All the people who love to fish are gonna be watching this going, this motherfucker can't fish. I know I can't fish. Trust me, I've caught some shit in my time. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm gonna pack it up. I'm gonna drag this boat up there, and that's gonna suck. And I'm gonna go make some dinner for my grandmother. And maybe get some drawing in, because that would be beautiful. All right, guys. Good night.